Today's headlines is brought to you by Primexar. Let's begin with the US-Iran war. The US-Iran ceasefire is over. Trump declared it finished after the Iran stuck oil tankers in the Strait of Hormuz. The US responded with 2 days of strike, hitting military sites, a port, and Iran's nuclear plant perimeter. So, expect a continued volatility in gold, oil, and US dollar until this settles down. And then the Iran hit with drone strikes in Kuwait, Qatar, and Bahrain. The conflict is no more between US and Iran. Entire Gulf is now involved. So for the next week, if the Strait of Hormuz is still disrupted, oil can significantly get higher. Moving on to oil. Oil jumped over 5% as shipping through the strait slowed down. So for the next week, oil remains the most reactive market. Keep an eye on the Canadian dollar as well. Let's talk about gold. Gold actually dipped. It moved around 4,030 to 4,100 despite all the chaos. But why? The rising oil is pushing inflation fears up, making the Fed likely to hold the rates higher. Higher rates make the gold less attractive. So, for the next week, gold may still be under pressure until the Fed soften these interest rates. Speaking of Fed, the Fed's June minutes are out. The committee is divided, but inflation concerns are growing. Markets are pricing in at least one more rate hike before the year end. So for the next week, have an eye on the US dollar, as if any Fed speaker comments are out, the US dollar could be volatile. Moving on to China. China's central bank bought gold for 20th row in a month. The PBOC added to its gold reserve for a 20th consecutive month in June, with holdings reaching roughly 75.44 million troy ounces. Hong Kong also launched a new central clearing system for gold and revived the gold futures trading this week. Let's talk about Spain. Trump is threatening Spain with a trade embargo over NATO spending. Reports emerge that the US Treasury is preparing a list of Spanish products that could face a trade embargo, tied to disputes over NATO defense spending commitments. So, a fresh trade policy flashpoint worth watching alongside USMCA and EU tariff stories. The USMCA trade deal was not renewed and now goes under annual review. CAD and MXN carrying ongoing uncertainty. Factor that if you are trading in those currencies. That's your top 10 for the week. Stay informed, stay ahead. This is Sumitra from Primexar.